I'm going to do a hip opener segment, a stretching segment for you today as your bonus. I think it's really important, especially after a fold over segment like that, or the pretzel, to get your hips into a stretch. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out in a pigeon stretch, and I'm going to set that one up for you and teach you how to do it well. So I want you to come down, and then bring your hands down below you. Now we're going to take the back leg underneath, and then I want you to turn the shin in, and then turn the knee out, and then slide the back leg down as you tuck the back toes under and just start sliding down. Now flex your front foot, and then maybe you're good, like, yeah, this is great, but I don't feel anything, and that means you need to increase your stretch. So what you would do is just bring that leg forward, more perpendicular with the front edge of the mat than angled in, and then you'd slide down. Now what I want you to make sure you do is you keep your sternum right in the center of your shin, and you're not sitting over to the side of that knee. And then if you can, maybe you can even slide down toward the floor. Now, it took me a while to be able to get my hips all the way to the ground, so don't think that you have to be there overnight. And then I really have worked to be able to get my shin very perpendicular, getting into a deep pigeon stretch, but this hip is still turned down. I haven't lifted it up, and I'm not sitting to the side of my knee. That's really an indication that you're out of the stretch, so you want to keep it very square. And now we're going to come down a little bit lower, if you can. Don't worry if your hips are lifted a little bit like up in the air. If you can come down, that's fine. It's just changing the position, going a little bit more deeply into the stretch. Take a deep inhale, take a deep exhale. And then we're going to go into threading the needle. So you're going to take your hand, same hand as leg, it's in front, and reach that arm underneath. So you're twisting your spine. Now bring your hands maybe even into prayer position and press up, deepening that twist, working your abdominal wall as you stretch out the glutes. Maybe look up toward the ceiling. So your back muscles are working, your abdominal wall, your obliques are working as you really stretch out the hip and the outer leg. Okay, bring it down into the center. Take your hands down, wide starfish hands, tuck your back toes under. If you can, go ahead and go into a plank. Now feel that length that you created in the hip. Let's square that off or make it balance and go to the other side. Okay, so now you might have your heel closer in toward your crease of the leg, the hip flexor area of the leg, that's fine. Or you might have it out a little bit more perpendicular to the front edge of the mat. And then really rotate that back hip down. Okay, so really get in, and that's what's going to get into this area, the muscles that lie over the pelvis. And then you're going to come down maybe a little bit lower. Maybe your hips are a little bit lifted off the floor. Maybe they're totally down on the floor like mine. You can untuck the toes at that point. If it feels more comfortable to keep the back toes tucked under, you may. And then we're going to go ahead and thread the needle. So you're going to lift and twist. From there, if you feel like you can, take your hands into heart center or prayer position and look up toward the ceiling, working the abdominal wall, working the back muscles. You feel the muscles under the shoulder blades working. Keeping these stretches active, not just passive, we're not just relaxing, we're keeping them active and purposeful. I really like active, dynamic stretches better than just passive, relaxed stretches, but there's a time and a place for this too. So let's take the back leg and bring it on top of the front leg in a triangle position. Okay, so we're going to take the hips and even the sitting bones, picking them up one at a time until you get in that really good position. Keep your feet flexed if you can. You want shin on top of shin. And we're going to lift the abs and come forward with a flat back. And what you're going to feel is your top legs hit more, probably. You're going to round over the leg. Wherever you are, you can be up a little bit higher if you need to be. And then if you want to find more stretch, find your foot. So look at the foot that's on top, find it, and walk the body over in that direction. Bringing the hands on either side of the knee. Don't forget to breathe. You just really don't want to hold your breath here. If you're holding your breath, you're probably going too far for your flexibility. And so you never want to go past that point of just slight discomfort. It should feel like good. It shouldn't feel painful. Roll up. It should feel like a release. Okay, and then take your legs and switch them out. And then when I first started the stretch, my knee was really up high. And that's okay. If yours is there, you need it. You need to do the stretch. You might want to bring your hands back, open your chest up, and just feel that stretch. And then as you get more flexible, you'll go forward. And then let's fold over the legs and really feel down. Really feeling, this top leg's hip stretchy. Both hips are stretchy. But then we're going to take it into finding that foot on top and walking the body over in that direction. And breathing. Keeping the spine, posture good, the spine long. And then bring it back into the center. And now roll all the way down. Tuck your chin, pull your abs to your spine, and roll up one vertebra at a time, rolling the shoulders up, down, and back. That's fantastic stretching for your fold over, or if you've just been running. Make sure you never stretch cold. You always want to be warm when you're stretching or doing any exercise at all. Remember, stretching cold muscles is really dangerous, so always be warm. And hopefully that was a great hip opener for you. I will see you soon. Bye.